We have a big reveal today, the Golden God. And I don't think a lot of people realize how powerful this was at the start. And I've seen some people start to like it more and more as time goes on. You gain the following benefits to the high and low alchemy spells. The spells have no rune cost or level requirement. So right off the bat, you can be level 1 magic and cast high alch. Items give 15% more gold and have a 65% chance to not be consumed. So right there, that means that you are getting, I think someone did the math, it's 329% of high alchemy value on average, which essentially means you can go to a shop, you can buy whatever you want in that shop, and then you can high alch it, and you will turn a profit. And if you have Varlamore or Keldegrim, that means you're going to be able to get over 2 billion gold profit an hour, allowing you to buy anything you want. When cast on a stack of items, the spell will be automatically recast over time until the stack is depleted or moved. So this is very, very important. That means early game, let's say you have a bunch of feathers or arrow shafts, every time that spell stops casting, it will recast. So that means you're getting passive magic experience. You can be training ranged or melee and get magic experience. It is not interrupted by combat. It is not interrupted by offering on a prayer altar, which is very important. We'll get to there in a minute. But what this also means is it is interrupted with, I believe, things like wood cutting and mining, but it'll start right back up as soon as it's over. If you open a bank, it'll stop and then restart as soon as you get out of the bank. So it is something where basically you can have 100% uptime or near to it of magic training, depending on what you're doing, and you'll be making profit while you do it. Now, you also gain the following benefits to prayer. 20,000 coins can be offered at prayer altars in exchange for prayer XP equivalent to using a dragon bone. This respects the altar XP modifiers. Normal altars have no modifiers. So, from my understanding, if you build, people did the math, and it was 60 million for prayer. If you build an altar in your home, it was 60 million for 99 prayer, or if you're in the wilderness, it was about 35 million for 99 prayer, and you do cast magic while you're doing this, so theoretically you could have a stack of rune plate bodies and be high alching those while you then offer the gold as well. Now, of course, the issue is at this point, if you're doing the wilderness, you already have access to a lot of dragon bones and a lot of money. How useful is it? To me, who's going the wilderness, I would say not great. And I'm also not going magic, but this would make my magic free. On top of that, all items purchased from select shops can be noted, provided the item can be noted at all. There will be a new button on select shops which toggles this effect. So basically, it looks like this is the new fire sale. If you're taking anywhere where you can get condensed gold bars, I mean, you're basically infinite money very quickly. That'll last you the whole league after an hour or so. If you're anywhere else, you can constantly top off your money just by running and buying an expensive item. And that can be done in any region. So you should consider this to be infinite money. And a lot of people, they don't like it. But also remember, last league, everyone was playing Soul Wars to get 99 prayer, and they have suggested that Soul Wars is getting a nerf. And we don't know if Pest Control is getting a nerf as well. So this might be, for most regions, a really, really good way to level up your prayer. Maybe you don't have a better option or an option you want to do. But I said, I'm playing Wilderness. So for me, I'm going to get a lot of alchables, but do I really need them to be automatically alched? Not really. I don't really need to spend the gold to get prayer when I'm going to have so many dragon bones from just grinding bosses and doing dragons. So for me, personally, in my pick, I don't think it's that great. If I wasn't going wilderness, I would consider it. I mean, this is a free magic 99, right? If you are going magic, I would even consider it, because you can be out there training your magic and then getting your magic up even faster, because in combat, it doesn't stop the high alts. That's crazy good, right? And if you're playing, for example, a magic and you want to train ranged or whatever, you can still be upgrading your magic, getting your 200 million magic experience. If you want to race to 200 mil XP, this is a very viable option, right? If you're racing to 200 mil XP, that's like your league thing or something you want to do for fun. You could technically take Varlamore or Fremennik for Keldegrim and get yourself a whole bunch of. I guess you wouldn't even need either of those, but you would basically go and do that while also buying off a bunch of runes so you could train magic even faster and race. I'm sure some people are going to race to 200 million magic. That'd be kind of fun. If I had the mental fortitude to play 2 alts without sacrificing too hard on them for league start, I'd probably do a 200 mil magic alt just for fun using this relic. I think that would be kind of neat. But yeah, it's the thing is, what is it competing with, right? And I think the question comes in, is it going to compete with something like Banker's Note? Is there a Banker's Note nerf altered version? And if so, can this compete with it? And there's another possibility that we are going to be looking at how do I want to word this? An AFK tier, right? So maybe another relic in this tier will be the new Trickster equivalent. Maybe since they've already taken away the Hunter, maybe they'll make it so that Trickster can also AFK chest openings. That would be pretty interesting. That was kind of something that was sucky if you took Trickster and then decided to grind chest like an idiot like me, and then you had to click a billion times. That could be kind of interesting. Maybe they then cut out the agility and do a separate agility AFK in there. You know, like the boots, maybe buffed even more, have them separate. And I don't know, you maybe I don't think you want to do gold generation, but they could do it like you get gold as you run, or maybe you get strength experience too as you run. You know, they could do that. And then I don't know, I guess they could do like strength experience when you run, and then maybe with the thieving one give you range somehow, or something that gives you passive range experience. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of that way we'd have all 3 combat styles also having an AFK train, and you could pick it either for your main or off style. There's just a lot of options that I think this tier opens up, especially if they're trying to make them similar choices. I think this is a really good relic. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people think this relic is worthless and they'll never pick it. But if you liked Fire Sale and you're picking a region where you can get money quickly, or if you have downtime, right? Like if you're sitting there and you're going to be at work and you can't be clicking constantly, all you need is somewhere you can go get to a shop, buy items, and then you can AFK for 25 minutes with the Golden God alking. And then when you're actively playing, you have a huge stack of gold. I mean, that seems really useful to me. But again, with my region choice, I'm not particularly leaning towards this. But depending on what's in the tier, I mean, I wouldn't mind 99 prayer early. I wouldn't mind the free magic. I wouldn't mind all of those things.